Buongiogio a tutti ragazzi e ragazze, sono D.Bomber, il vostro amatissimo youtuber, per la prima volta sul computer. So che tutti quanti voi ormai stavate aspettando questo speciale, e lo speciale è il fatto che è la prima volta che gioco a computer. Oh, genius! Posso fare questa grande cosa per merito del mio migliore amico che si vuole far chiamare Tolos.
Ciao a tutti ragazzi.
Ed è grazie a lui che riesco a giocare a computer. Dai, non vedo l'ora. Iniziamo. Ah, ok, avvia il gioco, vai, senza fare caricamento.
Aspetta, sentiamo la intro.
Sentiamo la intro.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Questa è la storia di un uomo di nome Stanley. Vabbè, lo leggete
Stanley
voi.
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Ah, posso uscire? Ok. Questa qua è stata... Come mai vado?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ok.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Che dici, gli diamo retta? Ma sì, vai. Vogliamo fare bene questa cosa, vai. Facciamo tutto liscio.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Certo che tristezza, non c'è neanche nessuno. Ok, era da tanto tempo che volevo farlo. F, a tutti F. Ok, fatto. Ehi, ma le porte si chiudono da sole, che è sta cosa?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Va bene, saliamo. Ma non lo faccio perché me lo dici te. Lo faccio perché voglio essere obbediente, vai. Ah no, qua. E chiuditi porta.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Questo?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
2845.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ok, si è aperto un nuovo passaggio. Entriamo anche se mi sembra molto sinistro. Non è che adesso si chiude, vero? No. Si è chiuso? No. Devo scendere? Va bene. Questo è l'ascensore? Sembra quello di Titanic. No, peggio. Ok.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Certo, però che tristezza questo Stanley che sta tutti i giorni
Stanley
a
walked
lavorare.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Sta tutti i giorni a lavorare cliccando numeri a caso che gli davano, cioè ma dai.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Dai, voglio scoprire cosa nascondono questi schermi. Qualcosa mi dice che è la stanza di Matrix. Ok, vediamo.
Now the monitors
proprio
jumped to
Matrix,
life,
uguale.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee
Ma
in the
queste
building.
sono tutte le
Stanley's
stanze.
co-workers.
Ecco,
The lives of
quella
so many
è la stanza
individuals
mia.
reduced to
Yeah.
images on a screen.
Forse.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Madonna, che terribile verità. Dove devo andare? Qua? Sono stata controllata per tutto questo tempo.
This mind control facility,
C'è la stanza
it was
1,
too
là c'è
horrible to
il
believe it
16.
couldn't be true.
vabbè.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Ok, prendiamo un altro ascensore.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
Sono stata
truly
controllata per
spent
tutto
his
questo
entire
tempo.
life utterly blind
Non lo
to
posso
the
accettare.
world?
Non è vero, non è possibile, non è possibile.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Non vedo
Walking,
niente.
eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert
Che
its
devo
terrible
fare?
power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once
andare qua.
and for all.
Cioè, allora, lui mi ha detto che devo spegnere la macchina. Lo faccio? Che succede se metto on? Beh, bambarabà, ciccicocco. Ma chi se ne frega che cos'ho on?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just
Oh,
activate the
scappa.
controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were
cavolo,
supposed to
mi sa
let
che ho
it
fatto un
go.
casino.
Turn the
Dovevo
controls
mettere off.
and leave. If you want to throw my
Che
story off
succede ora?
track,
Che
you'll
è
never
questo
have to do
5?
much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's
Ho attivato un
emergency
sistema di
detonation
detonazione.
system. In the event that this machine
No.
is activated without proper DNA
Oh,
identification, nuclear detonators are set to
Che devo
explode,
fare?
eliminating the
Qua
entire
ci sono dei numeri,
complex.
forse se li
How long
clicco.
until detonation then? Let's say
2 minuti?
2 minutes.
Ok.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Uno.
It's your time to shine.
Due.
You are the star. It's your story now.
Dov'è il
Shape
tre?
it
No,
to your
è
heart's
chiuso.
desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments
No, questo
until
è
the
5.
bomb goes off. But what precious moments
Quello
each
che
one of
cos'è,
them
il
is.
4?
More
No, è 3,
time
3.
to talk about you,
3.
about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to
Quello è
start.
5?
What's that?
Manca il 4.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Dov'è il 4? Non c'è
All
4.
right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you
Qua.
exactly what happened
No,
to
quello
them.
è 5.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you
Ah, è
free.
quello lassù.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
Grazie. Quanto mi aggiungi? Un
These
minuto.
are precious additional seconds.
Ma che devo fare? Ho cliccato fino a 5.
Oh dear me,
Forse
what's
devo
the
farlo
matter,
all'inverso.
Stanley?
5.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away.
Oh, eccolo.
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene, because I will watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you make
No.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Cosa devo
You
fare?
wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Goodbye.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Non ce la farò, ragazzi.
Or don't. It's all the same to me.
È così che devo finire.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Fine scuola!